Okay. Sarah, go for it.
I used to be a director of a nonprofit, and so you're working on a shoestring budget, and we wanted to do volunteer appreciations. So when we did an event, if any of you heard the 5 love languages, I would try to touch on each one of those with the volunteers. So we would do words of affirmation and publicly recognize them, a gift. We would have food, but just look at and quality time, spending time with them. But if you hit on those in your events, the person feels appreciated, whatever their love language is.
Cool. Thank you. And there are some industries that seem like they're made to have client appreciation events, and then there's others that aren't. So take my first business, for instance. So in 2006, I started a company called Just Dine In. We were a restaurant delivery service, delivering takeout food. So you would order from Chili's, our driver would pick up the food and deliver it to you at your house or your office. Years later, we merged with this company, Delivered Dish, and we changed the name. So this is a picture of one of our menu guides. This was a 36-page booklet that we felt like we had to print because our customers were so used to going through the menus and seeing all the restaurants they could order from. And I remember coming to Power Circle probably in 2011, would have been the year, 2011, 2012, and not exactly the economic heights of our country. We continued to grow though every year, and Wayne gave a lesson. Wayne was the former host of this group, about putting on events in your business. And I said, how can I put on an event? I'm a delivery service. Nobody cares about where our office is. They just call in and we go deliver it to them. So maybe I could do it at one of my restaurants. So we were coming out with our new edition of the menu guide. Okay, so this is a $5,000 expense that we'd have to do about twice a year. So most delivery services in our industry would say, oh, we got to print another menu guide. How can we cut down the cost? We got a little smart about it. And again, we didn't come up with this. We learned from other people. We started selling ads. So see this cover right here. Chili's gave me a few $1,000s to cover, to put their ad on the front cover. Also sold the back cover, the inside front cover, and the rear side cover. So we had a revenue stream of about $10,000 on the menu guide. So boom, we took an expense and turned it into a revenue stream. And then on top of that, we said, how can we make an event out of it? So, Cynthia, I think you were there when we did our dining, Albuquerque, we called it the Dining Guide in Albuquerque release party. We modeled it off of Albuquerque Magazine. When they do a new issue, they go to one of their sponsors and they do a whole event. So we went to one of our restaurants, we did drink tickets for administrators. So our target was administrators in offices, people who have lots of meetings, trainings, sales presentations, and they need to bring food in for the meeting. And we would market it to those people, so we invited all those people to come. We said, hey, we got 2 drink tickets, one for you and one for a friend. And they brought, and what was funny is birds of a feather flock together. You wouldn't imagine how many other administrators came to this thing because administrative professionals that work at one company just happen to be friends with administrative professionals that work at other companies. So next thing you know, I think I had about 25 new potential prospects just invited as guests of these people. And I got to get them liquored up. No, they had a drink or two. But they had a drink or two, they had a good time, and they all networked together, and really it was an event made out of nothing. So if you think that maybe your industry is not something you can do something like this, if we made it out of that, and there's lots more examples, you can do a client appreciation. Next one, if you've got a new product or service. So this could be if you're a new company, but this could be you're promoting this to your existing clients, and you want them to see the new product, the new service that you're offering. And it doesn't even have to be brand new. It could be something that's been modernized. So an existing product that then has got a new twist on it and a new kind of shiny allure about it, and make a big deal out of it. So when we started the soccer team, Larry and I are the owners of the Albuquerque Soul, the minor league soccer team in town. When we started the soccer team, and those of you members have heard this story before, so I'll make it quick, I apologize. A soccer thing is a scarf. That's a big kind of soccer culture thing. And we had the scarf, the teams put their team logos on it. So it all started, soccer started in England in the 1800s, and you play in the wintertime in England. It's really damp, it's really cold, so people would come to the games wrapped up in their jackets and their scarves. So the teams caught on and said, let's put our logo on the scarves, and we'll start selling them as merchandise items. And it's a soccer thing. So we started the team, and I looked at Larry. We'd only known each other a few weeks, and I said, Larry, we need a scarf. What did you say?
Are you crazy?
We play in the summer. It's 100 degrees in Albuquerque. Who's going to wear a scarf? I said, trust me, it's a soccer thing. People will buy these. So we ordered these scarves, and they look like this. This is the 4th year scarf. The one we did the first year was red and yellow. And the funny part of the story is we ordered them, we got them from some supplier out of Seattle who was buying out of a reseller from Turkey. They were really expensive, and we were making about $5 a piece on the scarves. We get the scarves in, pull it out of the box, and I looked at Larry and I said, oh crap, and I didn't use those words. I said, we forgot to charge for shipping. I forgot to charge for shipping. And I looked down and I said, went to the post office and I put a scarf in an envelope and I put it on the scale. And how much is it going to be to ship this to the other side of town? $7. So here we are, just started our franchise. We hadn't played a game yet we were spending money hand over fist, trying to make money from selling scarves. We pre-sold like 42 online, just through emails and Facebook. And then we realized we were going to lose money. So we said, what do we do? What do we do? And Larry goes, let's do a scarf release party. And so we did. We called the partner hotel that had a bar. We said, Thursday, shut down the bar. We got a party to do. And they're like, okay. We hadn't played a game. They didn't know if we were going to do anything. We went to the bar, praying that 20 of the 42 people that pre-ordered the scarf would show up and pick up their scarves so we didn't have to pay the $7 for shipping. Unfortunately, only 7 of them showed up. Fortunately, another 193 people approximately showed up. We had 200 people at this party, bought all the scarves. We had about 34 of them that didn't get picked up. And we're sold out. People are still looking to buy them and buy them. I looked at Larry. We got all these Post-it notes on all these ones that people had pre-ordered and haven't been to pick up. And he looks at me and we're just like, start taking the Post-it notes off, sell the inventory you have, right? Next day, we called all the people that had ordered the scarves. Larry called all the people that ordered the scarves. He said, great news, we have a t-shirt for you that's going to be free. Bad news is we sold your scarf and we're going to have them back in 2 weeks. And that's how the scarf release party started. So this was our one we did this year. This was at Star Brothers Brewing over on San Antonio. They are the official brewery of the soul. This is their logo right here. They're one of our main sponsors, along with some of these other sponsors you see here. And this was, again, it's not really an event that you see very often. It's a new product that we were able to introduce at a party. Yes, Ian?
So my question is, it sounds to me like with the idea of the scarves and the idea of the scarf event and even the phone calls, it was all Larry. So why is he doing this?
We should probably just switch.
I'm just, it kind of seems like Larry's the brains of the particular
He's the brain, and I've got the good look.
Just
He may be the brawn too, but I
just
got the
love.
face. Thank you, Dean. We love you. Threw me off my game there. Don't you have
My work here is done.
Shortly.
Yeah.
I'm going to soak as much of this.
We're mid-season right now, so we have players going to do community clinics with kids. And so Larry's got to leave at 12 o'clock, so I'm just counting the minutes. So. But we're able to take something.
We have community clinics.
We have community clinics. So we're able to take something that's just a new product, that it's become our best-selling merchandise item. And it's actually got the best profit margin because we now go directly to the manufacturer in Turkey and get them at a much less cost.
Charge for shipping now?
We charge for shipping now, yes, every time. And we have now found that we have the wholesale relationship with them, and there's no one else that can print scarves in the Southwest, so we're starting to develop a B2B program behind the scenes. When you've got youth soccer clubs that want to create a scarf for their club, generally they've got to go buy 100 at a time and spend $12 per scarf. Well, we can go and get that price way down now in wholesale. We'll make a bit of money, and then they can raise money for their soccer club too. And there's a whole wholesale back-end business model behind it. So that's how you take a new product or something that's new and make an event. And keep in mind, we play our games. We're in our season right now. We play our games in April, May, June, July. This was in January, I think. This was in January when really we have no business bringing in any revenue. We don't have any games, but we create events in the off season. We did this. We did I'll talk about some of the other ones we do. We also did a FIFA video game tournament. And if you've never seen video game FIFA, it's one of the most popular video games. If any of you have kids, I'm sure they've played it. And the winner of the tournament, I think he was 16 years old. I think the finals four was like a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 14-year-old, and all the adults were pissed off drinking beer watching these kids play in the final four of the FIFA tournament. But you can create an event out of anything. And I'm just trying to give everybody real-world examples and think of how you take this and put it into your industry. Seminars and information marketing. Gordon, if I could have you come up real quick, please, sir. So Gordon is a member of our mastermind group, and That's how I've become quite familiar with his business. I want you to talk a little bit about your information, your seminars, your continuing education piece that you do.
Okay,
Is this on?
It's on.
Yeah, just gotta hold it close to your mouth.
all right, how about that? Is it a little bit better? Okay, so some of you, or most of you, know what my product or business is. We do reverse mortgages. And the reverse mortgages for senior citizens who are 62 or older. Now, the good news and the bad news is this. 95% of the people I talk to either don't know what a reverse mortgage is, or what they think they know is for the most part incorrect. So there's a lot of education involved with my particular program. And getting around a lot of misconceptions. So one of the things that we're doing now, which we started doing about 2.5, 3 years ago, is teaching a class to realtors. The reverse mortgage can be used to purchase a home for a senior citizen who has a lot of equity in their house, that he just sold a house and got $100,000, $200,000 of cash from the sale of that house. Realtors don't know this product exists. So what we do is we educate them and give them 3 hours of continuing education credit. Now, if you have a particular niche in terms of referral partners, someone who can refer business to you, and there's some way that you could create some type of continuing education class where they could get some credits for it, it's a perfect situation. Because the realtors say to us all of the time, I didn't know you could use a reverse mortgage to buy a house. So when the ads go out, and in fact all of the marketing is done for us by the title companies who